Boas pessoal, bem-vindos a mais um vídeo da Zona Random. E mais uma livezinha aqui na Twitch. Vamos para o segundo episódio da nossa série em Ravenclaw. E vamos para o nosso primeiro dia em Hogwarts no último episódio. Para quem não viu, está aí alguns, está no YouTube, no meu canal YouTube. Não sei se na Twitch aparece, que eu sou muito sincero, ainda não percebo muito disto aqui da Twitch. Mas espero que tenham gostado primeiro. Se não gostaram, vão ver. Ou vão ver depois. Basicamente é o início, aquela parte tutorial, escolher a casa. Que na verdade o que me escolheu foi Slytherin, por causa que eu tenho isto ligado ao Pottermore, mas eu troquei para Ravenclaw, que é uma casa a caixa que muita gente ainda não tinha escolhido. E foi essas coisas que eu fiz. Agora vou arrancar para o primeiro dia de aulas. Por isso, vamos lá. Aqui estamos nós, prontos para o nosso primeiro dia em aulas. Tem aqui nada
Revelio.
interessante.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Pois, ela deu-me um livro que é o Guia no Mundo Bruxo e agora vai-me ensinar como é que se usa. A professora Matilda Weasley.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Arranjasse um para ti.
Why don't you cast Revelio on this
Revelio.
and see what details the field guide can provide?
Okay. Basicamente é para aprender sobre a escola. Um busto criado em homenagem à casa Corvinal. Pois também tem em brasileiro. A casa Ravenclaw. Essa obra de arte fazida na imponente torre de Ravenclaw. Sério? Você acabou de desbloquear um desafio no guia de campo. O seu processo nos desafios aparece aqui. Colete páginas do guia de campo em Hogwarts. Uma ou duas. Ok. Desafios do guia de campo são a única maneira de obter pontos de inteligência. Abrir o guia de campo. Este é o seu nível de magia. A experiência obtida de desafios aumenta seu nível e poder. Ok, 1. O seu guia de campo monitora o seu processo atual no desafio. Selecione o menu de desafios para continuar. 1%. E aqui, guia de campo. Cada desafio tem níveis, recompensas especiais são liberadas a cada nível para ser completado. As aparências a melhorias essenciais. As recompensas devem ser coletadas no menu de desafios. Acesse o menu com frequência para coletar recompensas que você desbloqueou. Ok, não desbloqueei nada pelos vistos. Oh, calma. Quero ver o resto. Coleções. Páginas de Revelio. Mas deixa eu ver aqui o desafio profissional. Isso é equipamento. O que é que eu tenho aqui de equipamento? Já tenho mais luvas pelos bestos. Exatamente. Alex. Gosto mais dos meus. Chapéu. Não. Cachecol. Não. Não dá nada por isso. Se eu já tenho vestido, acho eu. Agora o que eu queria ver é. Será que eu tenho as minhas? Que é isto? Luvas de artes das trevas. Exatamente. Eu tenho as coisinhas. Mudar a aparência. Sim, já gosto mais. Mas não agora. Chapéu de arte já está a ver feio como tudo. Pois, não tenho nada selecionado. Mas esta capa é qualquer coisa. Que é a capa da arte das estrelas. Vou andar com normal para agora. Só as boas é que prontos, que elas são mais bonitas. Aqui a roupa das artes das estrelas também é qualquer coisa. Mas pronto, ora uniforme estiloso com colete, uniforme de monitor com colete. Muito sinceramente. Vamos lá. Missões. Iniciando Hogwarts.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that. Inside and outside of the castle.
Só escadas, né?
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
E que é?
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Você descobriu um ponto de viagem rápida das chamas de Flow. Você pode abrir o mapa e a qualquer momento fazer uma viagem rápida para quaisquer chamas de Flow descobertas. Ignatia Wildsmith. Ignatia Wildsmith, para quem não sabe, é quem criou o Pod Flow para fazer as viagens. Ora, abre mapa. Eu quero o salão. A Hogwarts é dividida em duas grandes áreas. O lado esquerdo do mapa é onde os alunos e professores moram, inclui as salas comuns das casas e o salão principal. E o outro lado. Nesta tela você pode ver as chamas de Flow disponíveis na região. Chamas de Flow verdes representam as chamas que você descobriu, incluindo sua sala comum. Chamas de Flow cinzas revelam o local das chamas não descobertas. Ok. Lá à direita do mapa ficam os pontos de interesse académico, incluindo a torre da astronomia, a biblioteca e as estufas. Ok. Agora eu quero ir para... Aqui, pelos vistos, a professora Oida desbloqueou as chamas de Flow do salão central para você. Rode pelo mapa faça uma viagem rápida até às chamas de Flow do salão central com coisa. Deve ser esta. Exatamente. Revelio. Destaca claramente recipientes. Elementos interativos e inimigos por perto, mesmo através de paredes e muros. Esse feitiço também mostrará páginas Revelio próximas. Revelio. Bem, já não bugou tanto, por isso acho que aquelas alterações que eu fiz no último episódio até correram bem.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
Oh.
Revelio. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever,
Jabbing.
entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Está a buscar qualquer coisa para comer. Eu ainda não tinha comido nada. Está-me a começar a dar fraqueza.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Vamos lá ver isto.
Revelio.
Quanto em salão central, uma fonte ornamentada com estátuas intrincadamente entalhadas de habitantes do mundo bruxo, incluindo um conjunto de sereias de pedra que rodeiam a base. Ué? Não mais nada?
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
Bem, tu pediste ao Andor.
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Abrir a mapa. Ora, aula da isto representa as missões principais, concluir as missões principais, avança a história, desbloqueia novos recursos e conceitos XP. Algumas missões são bloqueadas por requisitos de feitiço ou nível. Nesses casos, você precisa ter um nível ou ter o feitiço necessário para ativar a missão. Novos feitiços podem ser obtidos completando as tarefas dos professores ou como recompensa por completar missões. Ok. Agora aqui é para escolher um deles? Aqui. Ok, qual é que está mais perto de mim? Deve ser este.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand.
Pois é, vamos
You'll
comprar a
enjoy Mr. Ollivander.
varinha.
He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Vou aprender a dominar tudo. Tudo.
Revelio.
Não faz nada. Não é que este andor bem. Estava a seguir, pá.
Revelio.
Estou atrás dela. Oh. Vamos para isto. Estamos em Hogwarts. Estou a ouvir o Pierce.
Revelio.
Não passa a sala dele.
Revelio.
Tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
My parents.
Vamos lá, primeira aulinha de feitiços.
Here,
De pimpas.
behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie.
Hello.
So you
I'm
are
Leslie
the new
Noha.
student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now.
I'm afraid.
My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Axio.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air.
Follow me.
After me.
Sério? Só para me entender. After me é depois de mim, não é? Siga-me. Enquanto chamas de flulam descobertas para desbloquear locais permanentes de viagem rápida e diminuir o tempo necessário de chegar a novos locais e realizar novas atividades.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Ácio está onde? Está no...
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish you. Very good. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will, but excellent control there.
Quieto. Mas...
That's it! Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Peraí, está aqui alguma coisa que não está bem aqui, não?
You be the blues just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Vai, neném.
Here we go!
Estás um bocado convencida, não?
Accio!
you back for that. Let us see this.
Sério.
Very good.
Be sharp.
Isso, empurra à toa.
Phew.
Accio.
Cai.
A perfect score.
Incrível.
Remarkable.
Mas assim ganhei.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go! That is how it's done.
Accio.
Splendid!
Let us see this. Quite impressive. Be sharp. There we go.
Accio.
Two perfect rounds. You're a natural.
Não consegui deitar nenhuma dela abaixo, filha da mãe.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Very good, very good. It's a really very good. Cancel. It's a really very good, very good. Tum, 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 tum.
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
A tight game. It turns out we were evenly matched. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
Thank you, but I've been holding my own.
I appreciate your confidence.
Sou
I
mauzão.
transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother
Ouagadougou.
received an offer to teach divination here.
Escola da
Before I
África.
knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Ouagadougou much bigger than Hogwarts?
Ouagadougou School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Ouagadougou a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
Spells cast without a wand must be less powerful than those cast with a wand.
No, not at all. Wizarding magic cast without a wand is just as powerful. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word,
If you're so
you would.
After my brother learned this.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? And what a close match between you and Miss Onai. Invigorating.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Está tudo?
Revelio.
Hello. How was your first
Hello,
day
Samantha.
coming along?
Nice to see you again.
I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seemed to hold your own in charms.
Thank you, but it really wasn't all that
Yes, I'm not.
challenging.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be a bit overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I find Professor Ronan's lessons a bit more challenging than you do.
Accio.
In the common room.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion
Thieves.
of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boys.
Revelio.
Telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Peeves.
Ah, bem,
It was
vamos lá ver
Albert
isto. Isto
Boot.
aqui
No, it
basicamente
wasn't. It
é
was Basil Flat.
matemática.
Oh, fine.
Quantas
The
se vai?
bold attack. Was the
Resultado
Minister
no
a
meio.
boot
É
or the
5,
Minister a flat?
3, mais 2,
Stop
não
it,
é?
Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
2.
In
Isto
trouble
começa
you'll
de
be,
0
but you can't get
até
Peeves a swag.
0,
She says it's a
2,
boot,
3,
and he
4,
says it's a
5,
flat.
6,
Peeves,
7,
enough.
8, 9.
You'll get us all detention.
Preciso 2, 0, 1, 2.
And you're both wrong anyway. It was Hephaestus Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't
Isto
flack, but
duas,
you're all in
12
trouble with
para
Professor
4 mais
Black.
unicórnio. Para unicórnio 4 mais 5 para 12. 7, certo? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aquela coisa esquisita. Está. Exatamente. Aqui mal.
Revelio.
Só tenho lá. Ah, tem aqui outro. Normalmente tem sempre 2, por isso é que eu estava a ver.
Have you ever wondered how owls know where to live their life?
It's not the written exam that worries me. Herbology, it's the practical.
I've never had difficulties with bouncing bulbs. Simple knockback jigs
Dá
on
para fazer
hand.
festas em gatinhos. Todos os gatos, acho eu, que vão para fazer festas. E eles são poucos.
I find it's located
Ora bem, mapa. Missões secundárias estão disponíveis agora. Missões secundárias disponíveis para o Brasil encontradas em regiões marcadas como coisas. Essas missões concedem experiência, mas não permitem avançar na história principal. Aqui não me aparece nenhuma secundária, por isso vamos para que apareça pelo caminho.
Revelio.
Revelio. Aqui mais uma cena.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Este aqui não nos posso usar. Filha da puta. Há uma poção. Bem, brasileira é pulissuco. Uma coisa não sei. Ela para se transformar que é preciso 3 meses para fazer. É bem fácil.
Look at your hair, your complexion. Whatever it is, they'll all want to know your secrets.
Cadê? Foi o espelho que falou, não foi? Whatever. Ora, para onde é que eu tenho de ir? Lá para baixo.
Revelio.
São gatos.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
A young friend. Esqueleto de agoureiro. Este é o esqueleto de uma fênix irlandesa, ou agoureiro, uma ave muito tímida que prevê a chegada da chuva e cujo canto costumava significar um presságio da morte.
Revelio.
Bonito. Shiny.
Someone wouldn't mind letting you know when the class
Acho que isto deve ser aquela. Eu não me lembro o nome, mas que era uma. De certeza, a imagem. Havia uma bruxa que eu não me estou a lembrar agora o nome. Que aparece nas figurinhas de chocolate que ela deixava-se ser apanhada de propósito pelos caçadores de bruxas, disfarçada de sempre diferente, para ser mandada para a fogueira e depois fazer um feitiço que as chamas, em vez de queimar, faziam cócegas e ela adorava-se isso, então foi apanhada inúmeras vezes de propósito.
Revelio.
Devia ter ali, pois. Acho que este jogo que falta é que não devia ter aquelas páginas em todo lado. Não é este aqui.
Revelio.
Uma aula de defesa contra as artes. Stupefy.
Is that all you've got?
Oh, amigo.
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to
Levioso.
blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Inominável. Inominável é aquela parte do ministério que ninguém sabe ao certo o que é que acontece lá. Ela trabalhou lá, pelos vistos. E vamos aprender o Levioso, ou Leviosa, que antes comecem a mandar vir, não é tradução má de jogo para o Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa é o que consegues levitar objetos quando tu quiseres. O Levioso só levita tipo uns segundos ali no ar e volta a descer. Ou seja, um podes mover, o outro é só levitar. Só que já vi gente a comentar que estava mal
Levioso.
no jogo. E não. Neste caso é só levitar mesmo.
Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Pruitt. Pruitt é a família da Molly Weasley, antes de se tornar Weasley, nome solteira.
Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and
Eu até te
Protego.
curto,
You may
rapaz.
begin.
Mas vou-te te ensinar boas maneiras, não é?
Levioso.
Good form.
I know.
Must be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner. You're good.
Levioso. How perceptive. Thank you. Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor
Para não
Heckard.
dizer quantos
Glad to have the
pontos. Nem sei
opportunity
se
to
isto
practice.
aparece os
If
pontos
what
das
I've seen
casas.
today is any indication,
Pelo menos
we
ainda
can
não cheguei a
expect
nenhuma
great
parte
things from
que
you.
isso aparecesse.
I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, Well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Rebellion.
Right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class...
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Por acaso.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Claro que me interessa.
Till next time.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
E porque é que se não aceita? Vamos lá ver isto. Desafios. Ganhei aquelas coisas. Coleções. Opa. Luvas costuradas com desenhos misteriosos. Obtidas para concluir missões principais. Óculos de gala de Hogwarts. Óculos para valentes exploradores de Hogwarts obtidos por descobrir páginas do guia de campo. Ok. Isto. Inimigos. Não. Conjurações. Conjurações. Isto. Prateleira de equipamento quadribol. Uma prateleira repleta de equipamentos quadribol. Quidditch. Bah. Disse, onde é que vi isto? Ok. Isto é... Isto é as coisas que eu já vi. Isto é só aquilo. Está tudo? Está tudo. Vamos aqui aos equipamentos. Aracos. Tchê. Hálix da pinta. Gente, isto é o seguinte, estas coisas dão... Como é que eu ia dizer? Dão mais poder de ataque, cenas assim, só que depois chegamos aqui com mudar a aparência e podemos pôr o que nós quisermos, tipo, pôr o que eu tinha. Aqui está como 4, mas aparentemente uma coisa neste chapéu horrível. Vamos ver o chapéu de Artes das Trevas. Fosse sem chapéu. Mas este coisa aqui não era para abrir, era para fazer isto assim. Para o de Artes das Trevas. Não vou pôr nenhum. E acho que o resto está tudo normal. Está a Artes das Trevas. Deixa eu ver aqui. Que eu ganhei agora, como é que é? Gosto mais de artes das trevas. Missões. Vamos lá. Próxima missão. É aqui mesmo que eu queria ver. Ora, vamos lá.
Revelio.
Está qualquer coisa. Estes gajos parecem importantes e não tenho nenhum. Eu acho bom. Não, aqui já tem.
Revelio.
Se não for uma emergência, tente evitar este local. Ele supostamente é um dos locais preferidos de pirraça para apagar de pedras. A ver, isto não me interessa.
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only 1 time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges, be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have 1 weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Bolos, sério.
Well, aren't we the loveliest?
Revelio.
Revelio. Esta estátua representa Laclangiu, um bruxo alto e esbelto que parece orgulhoso de si mesmo. O motivo? Ninguém sabe. Ah, bom.
Accio. Levioso. Lumos. Revelio.
Mapa de Argyllshire. O mapa mostra Argyllshire, uma região na Escócia que contém as Hébridas, terra natal do dragão negro das Ilhas Hébridas. Não. Mas isto devia dar para fazer alguma coisa, né? Deixa eu cuidar e descobrir.
Revelio.
expect silence of you.
Revelio.
Já passei o sítio. Fiquei distraído aqui com a musiquinha. Quanto de Quidditch, daqui acabar a futura acabará do Hagrid. Capaz.
Glad you could make it. Lucan's just over there.
Levioso.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Revelio.
Most pleased to be included.
Vamos lá falar.
Can I help you?
Claro.
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I seem to have a knack for dueling.
Then you've come to the right place.
How does crossed wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, and whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Claro.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Ok. Vamos com os amarelos. Rotação, travar a mira.
Expulso!
Lumen.
You're better than that! Levioso!
Potato. Stupefy.
Mind the one!
Stupefy.
Expulso!
Stupefy.
Is that all you've got? Defender! Fringo!
Pity more people can't watch the duels.
Só isto?
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed ones victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again.
Next time you need a partner for crossed wands, don't hesitate to call on me.
Ok.
Just wait till I've grown a bit, then we'll see how well you do.
Claro.
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
Bem, vamos lá ver para onde é que eu vou agora. Vamos ver aqui. Vamos já pelo pod flow para ser mais rápido.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Fontes de cérebro. Esta fonte no par de transformação tem a imagem de uma serpe no topo e com o cérebro um lugar tranquilo para os estudantes se reunirem. Apesar dos rumores possivelmente reiniciados por Sir Cadogan, certamente não se trata da serpe da raia abatida pelo próprio cavaleiro em vida. Não lo sei. Sala de transfiguração. Ok. Weasley. Deve ser professora de transfiguração.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Good bom.
I'm not sure I have time for extra.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts. And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand.
Good boy.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before.
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Tá bom. Vamos lá. Fazer a missão do coisinho. Fala com o professor Holmes, é a sua primeira tarefa. Tarefas são tipo de missões dadas para os professores de Hogwarts quando novos feitiços. A recompensa por completar a sua primeira tarefa é o feitiço reparador reparo. Necessário para completar outras missões. Ok. Andor, aqui.
There you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Ok.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
Ok.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Accio! Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
I trust the preliminary...
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Reparo. Feitiço reparo pode ser utilizado para consertar objetos quebrados e espalhados ambientes.
That's it! Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover felt it too accurate.
Revelio.
Lashed out.
Sei que fosse dar uma coisa disso.
Levioso. Revelio.
E agora?
Revelio.
I asked Ronan what he'd recommend for a billywig snake. He said, try not to be seen.
Gato de madeira. Esta estátua de madeira retrata Pangurdon, destemido felino caçador de ratos e fiel companheiro de estudo.
Revelio.
Sinos das Três Irmãs. Dizem que os sinos das Três Irmãs são uma homenagem a três magníficas colinas íngremes de mesmo nome que se erguem majestosamente sobre um vale em Argyllshire. Há boatos de que é possível ouvi-los tocar no vale do outro lado das terras altas quando eles badalam no castelo. Tal badalar misterioso intriga a população local há anos.
Revelio.
Nem outro.
I can't believe
Well, that's meeting you here.
Vassoura quebrada. Esta vassoura quebrada pertencia a Selena Wartnaby. Dizem que é tudo o que restou depois que ela insistiu em demonstrar seu feitiço de aparatação lunar experimental para outros alunos de terceiro ano. Ninguém sabe se ela foi bem sucedida. Mas que aparatou-se para a lua?
Revelio.
Armadura esmagada. Esta armadura pertenceu a Sir Skagletorp, o inconsequente, que de forma imprudente desafiou um trasgo montanhês para um jogo da dança das cadeiras. Antes... certo. Ora bem, estamos aqui para ir para Hogwarts, certo? Mas é isso, vai ficar para o próximo episódio. Espero que tenham gostado. Não se esqueçam que está a ser gravado ao vivo na Twitch, nas lives. E não se esqueçam de deixar o gosto, comentar por aí fora. E portem-se.